All right, let's talk about something that, let's be honest, is on a lot of our minds. It's about getting older. It's about our parents, maybe our grandparents. And yeah, eventually, it's about us. How do we do it right, with dignity and happiness? Let's get into it.
Wow. That's a really intense way to put it, right? The nursing home death sentence. But that phrase, it comes straight from the source material we're looking at today. And it hits on this deep fear that so many of us have. The idea that a nursing home isn't just a new place to live. It feels like the end of the road, like you're losing control. So you have to ask, why do so many people feel this way?
Okay, this is probably why. Take a look at this. A 40% increase in the mortality rate. And listen to this, that's just in the first year after someone moves into a nursing home. I mean, that's not just a small number, that's a massive, staggering jump. It's pretty shocking, and it really makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
And this isn't just some statistic on a screen. This is a real, gut-wrenching decision that millions of families are wrestling with. You're trying to do the right thing for your mom or your dad. You need to make sure they're safe. But when you look at the options, they can feel, well, pretty bleak. Honestly, they can be terrifying. So that brings us to the big question. Is that it? Is this institutional path, is it really the only choice when someone needs a little more help? Well, here's the good news. The answer is a huge, resounding no. There are other ways, better ways, ways that are often cheaper and just happier. Let's dig into a couple of them.
Okay, so let's look at solution number 1. It's called the village model. And really, the name kind of gives it away. It's all about using the power of community right in your own neighborhood.
So what is it exactly? Well, think of it almost like a subscription service, but for your specific neighborhood. It's a membership group. And here's the key part. It's run by seniors for seniors. They all chip in, and that gives them the power to get great deals on vetted services. Finding a plumber you can actually trust, or getting a ride to a doctor's appointment. But it's more than that. It's about building a real network. Neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's simple, but it's powerful.
And the results are pretty amazing. I mean, look at this. Of course, you've got the practical side, the neighbors helping neighbors part, getting access to trusted service providers. That's huge. But it's also about the social stuff. We're talking organized potlucks, book clubs, group outings. All of this fights back against loneliness, which we know can be so tough on your health. And the bottom line, it just flat out leads to higher life satisfaction.
All right, on to solution number 2. This one brings that support system literally into your own backyard. You've probably heard of them. They're making a huge comeback. We're talking about granny flats.
The official term is Accessory Dwelling Unit, or ADU. But yeah, everyone calls them granny flats. And it's pretty much what it sounds like. A small, totally independent little house on the same property as a larger main house. It's got its own kitchen, its own bathroom, its own front door. It's this incredible way to have families super close, but not too close. Everybody gets to keep their privacy and their space.
And the benefits here are just common sense, right? Your mom or dad can live their own life, keep their independence, but you're right there if they need anything. Help is literally just a walk across the lawn. And let's talk money for a second. Building one of these is often way, way cheaper than paying for a care facility year after year. And look, there it is again, that same result we saw with the village model, a real, measurable increase in life satisfaction. It just works.
So let's just put these two paths side by side for a second. The contrast is pretty stark. On one hand, you have the old way, institutional care, which, as we've seen, can come with higher mortality risk and a loss of independence. And on the other hand, this new path, aging in place, keeping those community ties strong, maintaining independence. It's not just a different option. It feels like a completely different outcome for someone's life.
And I think this really gets to the heart of it. This isn't about just trying to dodge a bad outcome. It's not about avoiding that scary phrase we started with. It's about a total shift in mindset. It's about proactively, intentionally choosing a better future. It's about deciding what you want your later years to look like, and then building that reality, whether it's through community or family or both.
So I'll just leave you with this one thought to chew on. As you think about the future, your own or your parents', what's the plan? How will you design those later years? Because the big takeaway here is that you can design them. The options are out there, and they're a whole lot better and brighter than we might have thought.